I finally got my hands on a Razer phone. Now, there was a shortage of them, wrong addresses were involved. Regardless though, it's finally here, and so I figured I should do one of my complete walkthroughs. Now, if you aren't familiar, my complete walkthroughs are basically a video that I do when a new piece of tech comes out, and I show you every little thing that phone, laptop, device can do, just in case you were thinking about buying one. You now know everything you can about it to go make that decision easier. So first up, let's talk about the hardware, which of course the specs list on this device is pretty insane. Now, the phone might not have the same slim bezels that we're used to seeing on most flagship devices nowadays, but that is in part to these giant front-facing speakers that we'll get to in a bit. Now, it's made out of aluminum and is the same matte black that Razer is sort of known for their gaming laptops and other gaming gear. It feels and looks pretty solid, frankly. Now, it has a very unapologetically square design, along with the famous, whether you like it or not, three-headed snake logo. The logo is inset and is silver instead of Razer's normal green that is on a lot of their laptops. Now, although there is a green logo limited edition one, but that's no longer on the site, and there's a new gold one on the site at the time of doing this video. Now, on the right side, we have our SIM card and microSD card slot and our power button that is also a fingerprint scanner. On the left, we have our two volume buttons centered. Razer says that they are centered to make for a more logical setup when using the phone in landscape mode, which they expect you to do a lot since they're a gaming company and the device is geared towards entertainment, gaming, but more on that in a second. At the bottom, we have the USB-C port without a headphone jack, but it does come with a USB-C to 3.5mm adapter that also is a built-in DAC certified by THX that enhances audio quality when plugged in. At the top, we have nothing. The front is comprised of a 5.7-inch 2560 by 1440 IPS display that can do 120 Hz and wide color gamut, and is the same IGZO panel as their laptops. The device switches dynamically from 120 frames per second down to the more standard 60 frames and even further down depending on the content on the screen. Now, this makes for super smooth transitions in the UI, super smooth scrolling on web pages and Twitter, etc., and fluid gameplay or video watching. Now, speaking of video watching, there are not only Dolby Atmos stereo speakers that support Dolby 5.1 surround sound flanking the screen on either side, but also THX certified amps inside as well. And this means that the Razer phone has some serious audio output. In fact, it is the loudest phone I've ever heard.
Take every last one of these shitbags dollars! Hurry up!
At the top of the front, we have the front-facing 8-megapixel f2.0 aperture camera, and around back are dual 12-megapixel cameras, one being wide and one being sort of telephoto. Now, one also has an f1.8 aperture, and the other one has an f2.6. Powering all of this is the Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 processor with 8 gigs of RAM. Now, it only comes in one storage size, which is 64 gigs, and has a 4,000 milliamp battery that can be charged using Qualcomm's Quick Charge 4 Plus to go from 0 to about 70% in about 30 minutes. Now, on the software side, Razer kept things pretty purposely light. They don't even have a custom launcher. Instead, they use Nova Launcher and include the Prime version of it for free, which, in my opinion, is amazing because it's the one I usually put on my devices anyway. It's super fast, infinitely customizable. It's just a great launcher. So for more info on Nova, check out my video on the best Android launchers that I've linked below. Now, Razer did add a few apps to the device that are worth mentioning, including their own camera app, which is basically the stock Android camera that comes in the SDK with nothing added. No added features, and the dual cameras on the back just switch from wide to the telephoto automatically as you pinch to zoom instead of with a toggle button. Game Booster, which allows you to customize the performance or battery life settings for individual games or a collection of games. From changing the processor speed to the resolution to frame rate and whether or not anti-aliasing is on or not. It also comes with the following games pre-installed for free as well: Arena of Valor, Gear Club, Titanfall Assault, and World of Tanks. Now, we need to talk about Netflix for a second because with the new update that the phone just got recently, it includes Netflix on the phone by default. Now, you still do need an account, obviously, to use Netflix, so you have to pay for the Netflix, not like you get it for free. But it's the first phone ever to support Netflix HDR. Then we have a theme store, which is a place to download specific Nova themes and icon packs, a lot of which, of course, are game focused. And there you go. Now, normally these complete walkthroughs are a bit longer than this because most companies put a lot of software on their phones or their devices, and I go through most of it. But Razer kept it simple, didn't put on any bloatware, so I guess we're done. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please let me know in the comments below and what you think of the Razer phone, this video, etc. Thumbs up it if you liked it enough. If you really, really liked it, then please subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. As always though, regardless, thanks for watching.